So we just gonna start it off, man. We gonna start it off. We gonna get straight to it. Me and Jalil was on the line, and we was talking about this particular subject, man, and we kind of had a little bit of difference in opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we really didn't explore it. But now we here, so now we can put it all on the table, man.
Yep.
So J. Cole dropped a new joint via his blog that he's doing, which I love. I love the fact that he's just doing like a little personal blog. Yeah, I remember blogs used to be a big thing. That's where you heard all the new songs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he dropped this joint called Clouds. What y'all think of Clouds?
I liked it. There was some extreme level rapping in there.
Phenomenal rapping.
Yeah, I thought that was some of his best rapping. I mean, he's always been nice, but I thought that was some of his best rapping in a while.
Man, I would just say he's just continuing just excellent rapping. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like he stopped. Like
no, that's why I said like I know where I said it because it sounded like I'm saying he fell off, but that's not what I'm just saying. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's some of the best I've heard.
Yeah. Nah, he what people say left Earth.
Yeah.
He left Earth
off
on that one.
Too. He ain't warm up to nothing.
Nah, no warm up, no. This is straight into it, man. But in talking about Clouds, me and Jalil kind of got into a little back and forth about whether or not J. Cole is allowed.
Who posed that question anyway?
I did.
He kind of did. Yeah, he did.
I figured it was you.
Is J. Cole still allowed to be competitive in hip hop? Right. So we all know what happened. We ain't got to go down memory lane, but just to add context, yeah, J. Cole backed out the Kendrick battle. He put out a diss, then he deleted it. And then I'm just thinking about the title of the project.
I know. I thought about that too.
He deleted it. Then he went on stage at his festival and apologized for it and all this, man. So a lot of people feel like J. Cole can't be competitive no more. They like, we don't want to hear that from you no more, right?
And
my thing is,
what we mean by competitive, I mean like he can't be basically talking down on other artists or that he would kill and all that stuff.
So let's establish this. How do y'all feel about it? Like, do you feel like J. Cole can still be competitive, or do you think like he should just not even go down that road?
I don't want him again to be talking down on other artists, talking about how he would kill them and all this stuff. If this is supposed to be like leading up to the fall off of him, like pretty much being gone and all that, just do what you do best and do it, being like the conscious rap and all that stuff, and then just fade out. Like you don't have to entertain that part of the of hip hop anymore, especially if this is your way out.
Come on, Flo, what you think, bro?
I want to hear what you guys say because y'all kind of had the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. I think that's ridiculous. Right?
Okay.
I do. I think the Kendrick situation was different. Right? That's like me and you going at it like that. I wouldn't want to do that. Right?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I would go all the way his bagging out.
Right.
If the challenge is there,
right,
I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna engage with that. But to each his own.
Right.
I'm not J. Cole, and he felt like he didn't want to do that. That's somebody that he looks at as a friend in hip hop, and he's like, I'm not going there with him. You know what I'm saying? I did go there with him, but that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. I won't say he didn't mean to, but he in hindsight, it's like I really didn't want to do that. Peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's ridiculous for anybody to say that J. Cole can't be competitive in hip hop and can't still, pop his ish. Based on that situation, because the way I look at it, if I backed out a battle with my friend, that don't mean that y'all can't get it. That don't mean that one of y'all can't get the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
So my thing is, it's kind of crazy for people to say, like, I mean, he's a rapper at the end of the day.
Yeah.
A big part of hip hop is staking your claim as being one of the best. Can he not say that? Can he not be braggadocious? Can he not say, listen, as far as the Kendrick thing, that is what it is. The rest of y'all, I will smoke all of y'all.
He can say that, but are we gonna believe it now?
You don't think it's gonna be respected?
No, and it's already not being respected.
Let me get it. So I'm looking at, like, I think he still can. Cause one, like Righteous said, it's not like he backed out of fear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, nah, I don't want to. That's my guy. Like, I don't really. He even said it in the diss or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
you shouldn't have to do that in a song. Go ahead.
But yeah, like, he couldn't help but saying, like, he ain't really, go in like that. He was like, I don't want to. He literally said basically, like, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Then he backed out of it. Yeah, like, the way it all played out, it looked weak. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have did it at all, but, we all make mistakes. Peer pressure, it happened.
I get that.
So it's like, I don't think, and we all know, it was not a fear. Like, he could go toe to toe with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that he can. Like Righteous said, that's just a different situation. It wasn't no fear or nothing like that.
I get that, but if not him, then who? How many times are you gonna allow somebody to, or allow people to keep coming at you before you start saying something?
But Cole didn't really have a problem with Kendrick.
Right. So I get what the situation with him and Kendrick. I'm talking about anybody else outside.
But that's my issue with what you're saying. You haven't even given him the opportunity to do that. People have been taking their little shots. I won't delete it. I'm not deleting. Da da da. You know what I'm saying? I heard what Freddie Gibbs said, and then Joey and all them. Like, I get it, right? That's
what artists do, though.
That's my point. Artists gonna do that, right?
Artists
it's something that you can use, but I don't. It's less of a diss to him, and more so just something that happened that can be used in a rhyme. It happens all the time. It's called current event bars, right? Something happens, an artist says, "Oh, that makes a good line. Let me use it in a song."
It may not be a diss at the person.
I don't think
two
it's a
things
challenge.
can be correct.
You're right. Yeah. That is true, but it's less of a challenge and more of like, I'm just using this as an example to show you that I'm not that. I'm the opposite of that. It doesn't mean that they trying to challenge Cole. Now, if Cole takes offense to that, we have to allow him to be able to say something. You haven't even allowed him time to say anything. Maybe he's gonna put out his album and say something. Is he supposed to respond to this like it's a diss? Is he supposed to just, man, let me drop something? You have the mentality of that. That's your mentality.
True.
That doesn't always play out in those spaces.
So you saying you expecting something to be said in the album?
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, he's just saying he don't know.
You just got to give him the time to do so.
Well,
you can't make a judgment about what he is and what he ain't doing if he ain't even did it yet.
I can, because
you can't.
If you're putting out other songs, knowing that this is going on.
He put out one song. He put out one song. So he's supposed to just completely just abandon his creative whatever and just say, well, let me talk about that. So you're putting out an album right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say something about you on the record. You going to completely abandon Live by the Blade, which is out right now on all streaming platforms. You going to completely abandon that and say something else when you have worked this much to put that out?
Yeah, I actually am. And it will actually fall in line with what I'm doing. That's actually a bonus for me.
You asked him wrong person. I knew that answer was going to be.
I knew he was going to say that, but it's just like.
But I'm saying is in his case, it's like, I don't know. If I was him, I wouldn't want to be a punching bag for no reason.
I don't think he's a punching bag.
He's literally a punching bag
that's
right
what
now
I'm
for
saying.
that.
So if people throwing their shots at him, based off what you saying, you're saying just don't respond.
I'm saying,
he
I'm telling you,
can't be competitive.
I'm saying he got to stop talking about how he'll kill these rappers
Why
and all
not?
that stuff.
No, hold on. No, I'm saying he didn't start it. If people taking shots at him, he can't respond.
No, he can respond. He's just not responding. But he's not responding. He's pulling what Joey did.
Oh no, but right,
He's literally pulling. He's pulling what Joey
you
did.
being a little hypocritical because
Joey
you said,
can't respond.
Because the first thing that you said was you want him to stop going at people and saying he this and he that, but now you saying he has to respond to the quote unquote shots at him.
I'm saying,
which one is it? I'm
saying if he's gonna talk like how he's been talking, we're not gonna believe him.
Who's not gonna believe him?
The general population. No. When he gets to talking like that, everybody's putting asterisks around it.
Why not?
Because
he backed out of a battle
with
not
just
one of his best
alone.
friends in hip hop.
He backed out of he'll talk a lot of stuff about other rappers and then when he gets confronted, not say anything.
Who does J. Cole talk about? Like
he talked about Kanye. He talked about Wale a few times.
Bro, stop, bro.
He's been doing this his whole career. He talked about Kendrick a few times.
He talked about
anytime anybody came at him.
He never talked about Kendrick. He talked about Wale and Kanye on one song. And he talked about them not from the aspect of I'm trying to diss you. He talked from the aspect of I'm your brother and I just need you to know like what's on my heart about you.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody
those two.
took that as a diss. Kanye didn't take it as a diss. Wale, they made up and did a song together. Like it wasn't necessarily like I'm dissing you. It was more so of like from brother to brother. I just gotta let you know how I feel.
That too.
That's not a diss.
I know that part's not a diss. But he will take his shots at people. But when people take shots at him, it's like, come on, what are we doing?
So I got a song. I got a song on my next album. Subs No Doves, coming soon, by the way.
Please check that out.
When it comes out. I don't know when, but it's dropping soon. I got a song on the album called Receipts. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's a song about, it's really dope actually. It's super dope. It's a song basically about imaginary people that rappers kill all the time.
Right.
And the concept of the song is, what if those rappers or those people that these rappers have killed in these songs came back and talked about how they felt about being killed in these songs. This is what rappers do. We constantly talk about imaginary people that we would do whatever to.
That is true.
Whether it's a rap battle or whether they talking about actually killing somebody.
That is true.
It's not real. But this is a blueprint of what we do. We've been doing it for years. We have murdered 1 trillion people in our songs. We will continue to do that.
Right.
When we talk, it's not always necessarily like I'm aiming at you. It's just saying I'm creating this person as an object of opposition, so that I can fuel whatever raps that I'm writing.
That is true.
That's it.
But there comes a time where you have to put your money where your mouth is.
You're right.
And every time that you're talking about one specific time.
It was only one. It was only one that was real, Jalil. That's the only one.
Even then.
The only person that really took a shot at him, like for real, besides the whole like Kendrick thing, and Kendrick didn't even really do nothing. Yeah. But it was Diggy Simmons.
I know that probably.
That's the only other one. None of the other stuff has even been real. It's just been imaginary. So at this point, it's like he's still untested as far as like battling, but I feel like you have to give him grace for that situation.
Yeah, that's cool.
Give him
but
grace.
here's another person who's talking, and it's like, okay, make him an example.
Man, people been talking about J. Cole forever. It doesn't mean that they want to battle. It doesn't mean that they want to go head to head. Pause.
I get that, but go ahead and do your thing. I ain't got to worry about them being friends and all this other extra strenuous stuff. Just rap. Remember, I had made that same conversation about him and Kendrick with the whole beef thing. Where it was like, it shouldn't have been like nothing personal. They could have just rapped it out. You know what I mean?
We already talked about that.
Right.
That don't even make sense.
But here's a situation where people just rap. Like who's better?
Just say some metaphors and similes and punchlines.
Yeah, just see who's the better rapper. I'm telling you, people is trying to move into that spot that he's in because now he's trying to see like, okay, why are you here?
I'm gonna keep
like
it
we
real.
get it.
I hope you never get into a battle. I really do. I hope you never get into a real battle because you're gonna be thinking just pull out your sword, pause, and just try to strike everything moving. And that's not you, bro. It's not how it works.
Live by the blade.
You live by the blade, right? And you're gonna die by that mug too, because you gotta.
So what about Eminem then?
What about Eminem?
He literally did that.
What did he do?
Anybody who pretty much came out and said something about him or whatever the case was, came out with it.
That's Eminem. That's
so
Eminem.
Okay, so
Eminem's,
you can't do that.
Eminem's not J. Cole. Eminem comes from the battle, you know what I'm saying, background. He was battling people he didn't even know. He was battling all day long.
Right. And J. Cole
don't come from that.
Needs to be tested.
That's what you want. Say what you want.
I've been saying
I
that.
Want J.
Like,
Cole.
if you don't want, if you're not going to be on that,
I want J. Cole to be in a full-fledged battle with
I just
somebody.
like battles. At the end of the day, I feel like in hip hop, anybody can be tested at any point in time. If you really like that and you're at the top, hey, if someone calls out with a challenge, go for it. If you're up there and you're proven and all that stuff, hey, do it. Why not? If you're better than them, right? There should be no problems.
This is when you agree to disagree. So should he not say anything anymore?
No, J. Cole is so skilled that he don't have to talk like that.
But if he does, it's a problem.
Yeah, because now it's like, I can't believe you. Did we not?
I disagree.
Did we not say the same?
I disagree.
Did we not say this one in his last project?
This is the same person
after the whole thing.
This is the same person that we was decide or trying to figure out if he was the number one hip hop artist based on features. This is the same person that we were debating who is number one based on not an album, not a song, just featured verses.
Yeah, I had J. Cole, didn't I?
Stop, bro.
Yeah,
he can still.
But a feature is different from a battle.
But you just want him to hop in a battle just for the sake of doing it. That's not how it works, Jaleel. You think he gonna get on this album and diss Freddie Gibbs and give Joey 16 bars? No.
You don't have to.
J. Cole got better things to do. Anyways.
But if you're gonna be peaceful, be peaceful. Don't be in between that.
I feel like J. Cole is gonna drop one of the greatest albums that he's ever done with the Fall Off. And
I really hope he's
gonna change your tune.
I really hope he does.
He's gonna change your tune, man.